Get up and keep going. No one is coming to save you.
Get up, not tomorrow, not when it feels right, not when it's easy, not when someone calls your name. Now. Because the truth you've been avoiding is this: no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not some mentor, guru, friend, or lucky break. This world doesn't hand out rescue missions. It hands out wake-up calls, and this is yours. You have one life, one shot, one window, and it is closing faster than you realize. You don't get to sit around waiting for motivation. You don't get to wait for clarity, for confidence, for courage. You create those things by moving. You become strong by standing. You become brave by walking straight into the fire. And you become free the moment you stop waiting for permission. Look around. This isn't a rehearsal. This isn't a warm-up lap. This is it. Right now is the only thing that's ever been real. And maybe you're tired. Maybe you've been through hell. Maybe the weight of your past is so heavy you can hardly breathe. But hear this, you're still here. And if you're still here, you're still in the fight. No one starts ready. No champion was born with clarity. No warrior begins with certainty. They begin in chaos, in doubt. They begin with bleeding hands and trembling knees. But they begin. So get up. Not because you feel like it. Get up because you made a decision to never lay down again. You are not built to break. You are not wired for surrender. Deep inside you is a force that doesn't make noise. It moves mountains. You were born with it. That fire, that grit, that thing that doesn't care how far you've fallen, only how hard you're willing to rise. But you've been distracted. The world is full of noise, full of illusions designed to make you forget your power. Scroll long enough and you'll start to believe that your value comes from likes, that your worth is a reflection of someone else's highlight reel. But your value, your worth, it's in your fight. It's in your refusal to quit. It's in the way you keep walking even when the world turns its back. You've seen others make it, and maybe you've whispered, "Why not me?" But that's the wrong question. Ask why not now? Because every second you hesitate, someone else is building, someone else is rising, someone else is taking the life that was meant for you. And make no mistake, there is no neutral. You're either moving forward or sliding backward. You're either acting or being acted upon. And the enemy isn't some person. It's the voice in your head that says, later, tomorrow, when it feels right. But nothing about greatness feels right in the beginning. You think Abraham Lincoln felt confident when the world laughed at him? You think Edison felt sure of himself after failing 10,000 times? You think Oprah wasn't broken when they told her she didn't belong on television? Every legend you admire once stood where you're standing now. Alone, afraid, uncertain, and they chose to rise anyway. That's what separates the great from the forgotten. Not luck, not talent, not even intelligence. It's will, it's fire, it's relentless self-discipline in the face of doubt and delay. And if you're waiting for someone to tell you you're worthy, here it is: you are worthy, you are capable, and you are running out of excuses. Stop playing small. Stop pretending you're powerless. There's no savior coming over the horizon. There's only you, your grit, your grind, your decision to move in the face of fear, to build in the face of chaos, to stand when everyone else folds. You've wasted enough time. The window won't stay open forever. And the pain of regret, the pain of not trying, that will haunt you more than failure ever could. So get up. Stand up with everything that's left in you. You don't need perfect. You don't need all the answers. You need movement. You need discipline. You need belief. Because the truth is this: you can change your life. You can rewrite your story. You can tear down every lie that's ever told you to play it safe, stay quiet, or sit down. But you must act. You must decide. And you must keep going. Not until it gets hard, but until it becomes who you are. Because if you stop now, if you let this moment pass, if you wait for someone else to come save you, you will never forgive yourself. This is your turning point. This is your mirror. This is your battle cry. Get up and keep going. No one is coming to save you, because no one has to. You were built to rise. You were built to rise, and not just once. Not just when it's convenient. You were built to rise again and again, especially when it's inconvenient, especially when it's brutal, especially when no one claps. Because mindset isn't something you're born with. It's forged in the dark, in the silence, in the early mornings when no one is watching, in the late nights when quitting whispers in your ear, in the moments you want to break but choose to bend instead. Mindset is built the day you do what you said you'd do, even though you didn't feel like it. It's built in discipline, not motivation. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the flame that never dies. You want to change your life? Don't wait to feel like it. Don't wait for confidence to knock on your door. It's not coming. You have to earn it. Through action, through struggle, through pushing through the wall after the wall. Because here's the secret they don't tell you. You become the person you admire by becoming the person who keeps going. Not once, but relentlessly. You want belief, then move. You want courage, then act. You want change, then do something different. People say, I just don't believe in myself. Of course you don't. You haven't done anything to prove to yourself that you can be trusted. But you can change that today by keeping your word, by showing up, by doing the hard thing, especially when it would be easier to stay soft. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards proof, and proof comes from doing. Clarity isn't found in stillness, it's found in movement. You're waiting for a clear path, but the path becomes clear as you walk it. Step by step, decision by decision, brick by brick. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. Every step you take clears the fog. Every action you take silences the fear. And every day you stay disciplined, you're casting a vote not just for your success, but for your identity. Because identity is shaped by repetition, not what you think, what you do. You want to see yourself as a fighter, then fight. You want to be a builder, then build. You want to be a finisher, then finish. Stop trying to feel your way into action and act your way into the life you want. You don't become great by accident, you become great by habit. By daily discipline, so consistent it becomes who you are. Wake up early, show up when no one else will. Do it when you're tired, do it when you're broken. Do it when it makes no sense to keep going, and then do it anyway. The world will tell you to slow down, to stay comfortable, to lower your standards. But comfort is a liar, and low standards are poison. You are not made to sit in safety. You were not born to be average. You're not here to barely make it. You are here to build, to stretch, to create, to become. And becoming hurts. It tears. It stretches. It exposes every weakness. But it also reveals your strength. Somewhere inside you is a level you've never touched, a version of you that doesn't flinch, that doesn't fold, that doesn't back down. That version isn't unlocked with hope. It's unlocked with war. The war against your excuses, the war against your doubt, the war against the soft voice that says, just rest. But you've rested enough. You've hesitated enough. You've waited long enough. It's time to move. You don't need the whole plan. You need pressure. You need purpose. You need that fire in your gut that says, I'm done being a spectator in my own life. So many people die with potential inside them. Not because they weren't talented, but because they were too distracted, too discouraged, too dependent on someone else showing them the way. But you have to build the way. You have to burn your own trail into the earth. And you do that with belief, not the kind that says, I hope this works, but the kind that decides this will work because I will not stop until it does. That's belief. That's clarity. That's vision. And when your vision is clear, when your mind is locked in, when your discipline becomes ritual, you become unstoppable. Not because you're fearless, but because you've trained yourself to move despite the fear. Because fear is not your enemy and action is. Because failure is not your enemy, hesitation is. The greatest cost in life is not trying and failing. It's not trying at all. It's growing old, wondering who you could have been if you just had the courage to act. That regret, that's the real pain, and you're still early enough to avoid it. But you won't avoid it by talking or wishing or watching. You'll avoid it by moving right now, while your legs still work, while your lungs still breathe, while your heart still beats for something more than a paycheck and a Netflix subscription. You were made for more, and you've always known it. That voice inside you, the one that whispers, this isn't all there is, it's right, but it's also demanding. It demands that you step into the unknown, that you abandon safety, that you trade comfort for calling, that you stop waiting for someone to carry you and carry yourself. No one is coming to save you because they were never supposed to. This is your story, your climb, your legacy, and your responsibility. You don't get purpose handed to you. Purpose is not something you find, it's something you forge. In fire, in failure, in the lonely silence of choosing to do the right thing when no one's watching. You don't discover purpose like a treasure. You build it with every decision, every sacrifice, every step away from comfort and toward contribution. You're not here just to make it to the weekend. You're not here to pay bills and coast toward the grave. You are here to matter, to shape the world, even if it's just one small corner of it, to serve, to lift, to build something that wouldn't exist if you didn't show up. Purpose doesn't come from chasing ease. It comes from embracing the work that scares you, the work that demands more, the work that calls your name even when no one else understands why you care so much. Because when the dust settles, when the noise fades, the only question that will matter is this: did you do something that mattered? And you already know you're not satisfied with easy wins. You're not fulfilled by shortcuts. You're not built for shallow success. You want something real, something earned, something that will echo after you're gone. But purpose without action is a lie. It's a dream with no oxygen, and dreams die without movement. So act, not later, now. Not when you feel ready while you still feel afraid. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to act with fear in your lungs. You will never feel 100% ready. And that's the point. You're supposed to move while you're still trembling. You're supposed to build while doubting yourself. You're supposed to speak even when your voice shakes. Because on the other side of that moment is freedom, is progress, is the version of you that knows they can face anything. Discipline isn't punishment, it's liberation. It's the quiet commitment that says I show up no matter what. Not because I feel like it, but because I said I would. You want peace, then earn it through discipline. You want strength, then sharpen it through sacrifice. Stop looking for the easy road. There is no easy road. There is only the path, the one that calls you higher even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Every day you delay is a day of progress lost. Every time you hit snooze, you hit pause on your potential. And every excuse you make is a brick in the wall between you and the life you were meant to live. Burn the excuses, tear down the wall, and move. There are people counting on you even if they don't know it yet. There are lives that will be better because you chose to rise. There is a version of you in the future watching, waiting, begging you not to give up today. So do it for them. Do it for the child in you who used to believe anything was possible. Do it for the old you who will one day look back with either regret or pride. Because it's not just about discipline. It's not just about purpose. It's also about gratitude. You're alive. Do you realize how many people would trade places with you in an instant? Do you understand how many souls never got the chance you've been given? You're not stuck. You're standing on sacred ground the present moment, and you have a choice. You can waste it, or you can worship it through work. Gratitude is not passive. It's not thanks whispered into the void. It's action. It's using your time. It's honoring your breath by giving your all. And when you truly live with gratitude, you no longer fear the grind. You crave it, because every drop of sweat becomes a prayer. Every sacrifice becomes a song. Every failure becomes a seed in the garden of your becoming. And when you start to live like that, you become resilient. You stop crumbling when things go wrong. You stop retreating at the first sign of resistance. Because you've learned that storms aren't signs to turn around, they are invitations to rise. You don't become strong by avoiding struggle. You become strong by standing in it, letting it hit you, letting it shape you, and still moving forward anyway. Life will hit you. It will cut you. It will break you open in places you never knew existed. But that's where the light gets in. The ones who win aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refuse to quit. Resilience isn't about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward, about refusing to let pain define you, about choosing to become stronger because of what tried to break you. You have that power. Right now, in this very moment, you are one decision away from a new life, one shift in mindset, one act of discipline, one refusal to stay down. That's the truth. It's not magic. It's not talent. It's not fate. It's you deciding to stand up again and again and again, because no one is coming to save you, but no one needs to. You already have everything it takes. You already have everything it takes. But now it's time to prove it to yourself, because that's the only proof that matters. Not what they say, not what they think, not what they post. You, the person staring back at you in the mirror, the soul behind the tired eyes, the warrior under the weight of it all. You don't need approval, you need alignment. Alignment between what you say you want and how you live. The world is full of people talking about goals, dreams, ambitions, but talk is cheap, dreams are fragile, and ambition is useless without execution. So execute. Let this be the season where you stop explaining and start building. Let this be the moment where you stop apologizing and start owning. Let this be the turning point, the exact line in your life story where everything changed, where you stopped folding, where you stopped flinching, where you stopped begging the world to hand you a life and instead designed one from the dirt. You see, it's never been about being the smartest or the strongest. It's about being relentless. It's about showing up on the days you want to disappear. It's about pushing forward with dust in your lungs and doubt in your heart, and still saying, I'm not done. Not now, not today, not ever. Because the truth is, you are not broken. You are becoming. Every scar you carry is a sentence in your story. Every setback you've survived is a chapter in your rise. And every time you thought you'd lost it all, you were being reintroduced to your real power. This life doesn't belong to the passive. It belongs to the intentional, the decisive, the ones who choose greatness again and again, no matter how many times they've been knocked down. Don't wait for the calendar to flip. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the world to get easier, lighter, safer. The wait isn't going anywhere. The fire isn't going out. The battle doesn't pause for your feelings. So rise anyway. Get up with tears in your eyes. Get up with fear in your bones. Get up with failure on your back. But get up because you don't need less struggle. You need more clarity. Clarity that says, I am not the story I was given. I am not the failure I survived. I am not the voice that told me I was too late, too tired, too small. I am the voice that refused to stay silent. I am the one who kept going. I am the one who rose. You are not here to coast. You are here to climb. And the climb never ends. This isn't a movie. There's no dramatic ending, no credits rolling after the victory. Because once you reach one summit, another one calls. And that's not punishment. That's the gift. The gift of becoming someone who can't be stopped. Someone who doesn't fear the mountain anymore because the mountain is their home. So keep climbing. Let every drop of sweat mean something. Let every no fuel the next yes. Let every voice that doubted you become background noise to the thunder of your next move. Your silence will become your revenge. Your results will become your response. Your discipline will become your legacy. Because someday they'll ask how you did it, how you got back up after all that pain, how you stayed focused when everyone else gave up, how you built a life from ashes and regret, and you'll smile. You'll smile not because it was easy, but because you refused to disappear, because you chose to show up, because you stopped waiting for someone to save you and you became your own rescue mission. You'll look back and realize this was the season that built you, the grind that shaped you, the darkness that taught you how to shine, because you didn't quit. So right now, right here, make a decision. Burn the bridge back to excuses. Kill the story that says maybe later. Forget the version of you that made peace with mediocrity. This is not the season for safety. This is not the season for soft. This is the season for sacrifice, for focus, for doing what 99% of people won't do, because you know what 99% of people never get to feel: pride, power, purpose, peace. You are the architect of your tomorrow. You are the author of your legacy, and the pen is in your hands right now. So write something worth remembering. Move like your future depends on it, because it does. Think like your children are watching, because they are. Act like you were born for more, because you were. You are not here by accident. You are here to build, to lead, to create, to overcome. You are the answer to your own prayer. The rescue you've been waiting for. The strength you forgot you had. So breathe, stand tall, and remember, get up and keep going. No one is coming to save you because you were born to save yourself.